Hello Taurus, welcome to your He Said, She Said reading for September. Thanks for joining us. My name is Michelle.
My name is Richard.
We'll be doing a He Said, She Said style reading today, which means I'll be reading as you, Taurus. Richard will be reading as the person that you are dealing with here in September. And depending on how you identify, either side can resonate. So please keep that in mind. Let's get started. Firstly, I've got a new oracle this month. I'm using the Mythic Oracle. And what came out for you was the card of Hecate or Hecate. It speaks of being at a crossroads. Now this is a Greek goddess. She's often depicted as a triple-faced goddess with the heads of a dog, horse and bear, or those of a dog, serpent and lion. So you may have seen those represented in mythology. She can also appear as a maiden, mother and crone, representing the passage through the phases of life and wisdom. She carries a key, symbolizing her role as a gatekeeper, and a torch, which shows that she is the one who illuminates and brings wisdom, brings light to dark places, revealing what is hidden in the unconscious. She also carries a knife, which represents power, discernment, and the ability to cut through all things, and rope, symbolizing the cutting of the umbilical cord in birth and the severance of body and spirit in death. So if you've drawn this card, it speaks of a major life-changing crossroads lying before you. Hecate or Hecate here beckons you to choose a direction. You must make a decision. Change is inevitable, but the direction of change is completely up to you. Now, Richard was pulling from the Mystic Sisters Oracle. As the energy of the person that you could be dealing with here, Taurus, two came out. We've got cards of the Snow Queen and her secrets.
So the Snow Queen is about a dark time and then light coming later to illuminate that dark time. So having that dark time pass, she's the queen of the winter solstice. It requires finding a new mindset by making a conscious commitment to changing your attitude from one of a claustrophobic state to one of cozy serenity. And her secrets is about secrets and listening, and it has to do with unburdening yourself of information to those you trust, or to be looking out or listening for information you might be waiting to hear news about.
Okay, so let's see where this goes. We've already meditated on the energy. Taurus, I've got you at the bottom as the King of Pentacles in the upright. Yes. So let's start here with the status of the relationship, how you are viewing this particular person, the strengths between you, the weaknesses, what you should continue to do here, Taurus, in this situation, what you should stop doing or not do, and what is the likely outcome between you and this person.
Okay, status of relationship, how this person feels about you, Taurus, strengths, weaknesses, what this person should keep doing, what they should stop doing, and the outcome if nothing changes.
Okay, let's take a look. The status. The moon. Yeah.
And it's kind of like your secrets, hey?
You know, at the present time, things are just very unknown. And I see this with crossroads. And I see this as slow. You know, there's a lot of energy here of a gateway when I look at this card and I see the two columns here and the pathway leading down it. But the way ahead is not fixed. There's a lot of things that are unknown. So at the present time, it seems like things are just very up in the air.
All right, so looking over here, status of relationship, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. It's like Michelle was talking about earlier, it's about slow movement. In this case, I think downright stagnation, really. Just things not going anywhere.
Let's see how you're viewing this person, Taurus. Remember, this can be vice versa. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So at the present time, you're really, you're coming out of either you or the other person is coming out of a period where you've done an assessment of what you should keep in your life and what you need to get rid of. Here it's about cutting your losses, recognizing that there's nothing else to gain here. There may have been effort being put into this in the past, but I get that one of you here may have just withdrawn, cut off the efforts being made. But there's still a lot of uncertainty around this, a lot of things that are left hanging in the balance.
All right, so looking over here, how this person feels about you, Taurus. We have the Page of Wands in the upright. So it's a very youthful, fiery kind of energy. And this could be the energy of the person that you're dealing with, Taurus. But it may not be anything to do with you.
They seem to be quite enthusiastic, energetic. Now, the strength that you have going here is that this is a temptation. You know, I feel like there is a passionate kind of playful energy around that Page of Wands, and this is what's enticing. That kind of enthusiasm. It can be quite irresistible energy around this. So it's really, how I'm seeing this is the strength would be if you took a more wilder energy. And I even see this with Hecate here. Often this can be a symbolization of wilderness, a wildness, that wild kind of energy. There is a feeling here of being at this crossroads, knowing that you have to make a decision. It could be a terrifying decision, but it's one that either leads you to your highest calling, some kind of inner wisdom leading you to that destiny, or there could be a more wilder kind of energy pulling you in another direction.
And along with that Strength card in reverse, it's also about vulnerability as well. All right, so let's look over here at the Strength for this person. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. To me, that's kind of a lazy energy. Not really an unwillingness to really work on anything, especially long term.
Let's take a look and see what the weakness is here. We've got the Tower in reverse, so this is what's working against this situation. It's a fear of upset, a fear of change, making some kind of move that's going to upset your life in general. So Taurus, on one hand, you're looking at this saying, oh, you know, that's quite a tempting person or tempting offer, because with the Page of Wands it could be an offer, a message coming through, somebody wanting you to take a new job or to take up a new relationship, or just a temptation. But on the other hand, you're thinking, well, you know, do I really want to deal with the aftermath of this? What is the consequences if I make some kind of sudden move here? Will this lead to a loss of what I've worked hard to build up? You know, this could be symbolic of not only material things like money, status, jobs, that kind of thing, but it can also be just work on yourself, work that you've done to gain more wisdom. You know, it's almost like knowing that if you went down this road, it would lead to a loss of everything that you've worked so far to try and achieve. So it's really kind of hanging in the balance here. It could go one way or the other.
All right, looking over here at the weakness for this person, we have the Five of Wands in the upright. So their weakness is a willingness to engage in conflict, perhaps anger, being quick to anger, having a bit of a temper.
Yeah, let's have a look and see what you need to continue to do. Taurus, we've got you with the World in reverse. So it's a blockage, something that is not completing out a cycle of some kind. I'm feeling like there is and I see this as temporary, it's a temporary block to you achieving success, fulfillment, joy, happiness. So I do feel it's about working on closing out a cycle, but it also tells me that you're not quite ready yet. There may be something you need to do in order to get this closure, to complete out this cycle.
All right, so looking over here, what this person should keep doing, we have the world in reverse again. So we've got some mirroring here. So same
situation.
Same kind of energy. It seems almost karmic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But there needs to be something going on here, some kind of meeting of the minds, if you will.
Yeah.
In order for both parties to get some sort of closure here in this situation.
Yeah, it seems to be about closure. Now, what you should stop doing, we've got the King of Wands, which is interesting because I get this as a card of action. It's a man, I say man, but it could be a woman here. Someone who is in charge of their own destiny. You know, there's a fiery energy, obviously, a man with passion. So it may be suggesting that rather than take action directly on this, that there needs to be, I don't know, I get maybe something between you, maybe a mediator. The problem that I see here is that there is potential for loss. I see that. You want to avoid that as much as possible. And I think that that's what the king is saying. There needs to be something done here, but it may not be you, Taurus, who can take action because you don't want to incur this loss. Yeah,
it's a more passive energy, isn't it? It's more about, I think, the Taurus here sitting back and waiting.
Yeah.
Being more reactive than proactive.
Yes.
I think you're kind of what I'm getting from that. So it's a bit frustrating, I get.
Yeah, and because things are so confused, there's no real clear idea of what this is even. That's the problem. It's like you're sitting back expecting something, but you don't know exactly what it is, but you're advised not to take action.
That's right. All right, so let's look over here at what this person should stop doing. And we have this Seven of Pentacles in the reverse here. So they need to engage in more assessment. They need to stop and think and make a decision based on something. I think I get more logical and grounded is what I'm getting from this. Because I get the sense that presently they're in a situation where they're going to take a chance, let the chips fall where they may, and they're advised not to do that.
I think you're right. Now the outcome here is the Ace of Cups. So I'm seeing this as an opportunity for there to be peace here. If these, and I get very strongly that this is about two people who are in a conflict at the moment. There's something that needs to be negotiated, and I see that you're going to, if you come towards this open-minded, I get this as open-minded, showing love, showing compassion, showing that more gentler kind of nature. Here it's the King of Wands is often a person who will go in all guns blazing and expect others to fall in his wake because he feels he's right. Well, here you're taking a little bit softer, gentler approach with this individual. And
being vulnerable,
showing that vulnerable side, not being the person who's seen as someone who could be perhaps intimidating or an authority figure.
It's almost being submissive. It's kind of like that energy of like a cat who bears its stomach, as an act of submission. It's kind of weird energy, isn't it?
It is weird energy.
All right, let's look over here at the outcome for this person. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse here. So this is the king you can't trust, this is the king who might be corrupt or who has an agenda that you're not aware of. Something that's very selfish on the side of this person here. So Taurus, if you're dealing with this person, that's a bit of a red flag for you. You need to be careful when dealing with this person. It seems like there is a temptation involved here, and perhaps the opportunity for some sort of involvement with this person, but it's something you're going to have to take a great deal of care with, I think.
Yeah, I see communication being opened up, maybe after a period of time where things have been on hold. But you're right, Richard, I think there hasn't been enough time put into assessing perhaps this person's character, or what their motivations are, or what either side's motivations are in this particular case. I get that person over there, I get more of a colder kind of energy with that Snow Queen. You know, they may have a more icy kind of energy. There could even be an air. I see air sign there. And keeping secrets, withholding information, you know, the moon card, things that are unknown. There are things here where both sides are not being completely transparent.
Yeah, the other thing I see with this King of Pentacles in reverse is that I see that as being your card too, Taurus.
Yeah.
And that this person has the potential to bring out the worst in you. You know, to make you act against your better nature. Yeah. Shall we say?
Yeah. Which could even lead, you know, oftentimes I see when a king's in reverse, it can be symbolic of someone who has been exposed as someone who has not been doing things for their highest good. Yeah, and I get that with the secrets there. But either side, there needs to be closure. But the thing is, you're both being advised not to close that out just yet. So things are on hold. I think that there needs to be greater examination about how to move this along. And I feel here that in Taurus, you're the one here that has to be a bit more open and open-minded
and patient as well. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you should be in the position of initiating anything. You need to be open to an approach by somebody, and if this is resonating with you, it could be an ex, it could be a family member whom you haven't been in contact with in a while, someone you've been at loggerheads with in the past, and there was something left undone.
Yes.
And so your advice at this point, without any other cards down, is to wait and keep an open mind, and be prepared for this person to come back into your life, and don't make any moves towards them at this point.
Yeah. So we'll see. It may have been someone that's been on your mind. There's a lot of things that you don't know about this person, but I think that there's going to be a lot of things coming to light fairly soon, I would say, and maybe not completely in September, because I get that moon and hangman energy, but it's coming soon, and I think at that point then you'll be able to handle things. But right now things are just too confused. There's not a lot known about what this person's motivations are, but I do see them getting ready there to send you a message, some kind of communication. But there's conflict around it. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. Hope that you join us there. The link is below in the descriptions box, and that will be available on the Vimeo channel. It'll be about another 30 to 40 minute reading, and we'll be clarifying everything on the table. Richard will be doing a Lenormand card reading, so that's something to look out for as well, and we're pulling some oracles to see where this goes in the future. Either way, Taurus, I feel like there is some life-changing crossroads that you're going to be faced with, a decision that's going to be that you're going to need to make. The timing's not here just yet, but I feel like it's inevitable. This change is coming, and there's a need here for facing a perhaps a terrifying decision, but it's one that will take you to your highest calling. So there is that. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. We wish you the best. If you would like a personal reading, we're offering a special on the He Said, She Says right now. And the email that you can get me on is gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and I'll send you the information. Wishing you the best with this, Taurus. We'll see you in part 2, or we will speak to you soon.
Thank you, Taurus. Goodbye and good luck.